start on the cat this morning. I pulled her twice. On the second, she popped. Had no power, so we changed plugs. Got the plugs back in, and big strong Shauna was pulling away, and we had that happen. So that was just that. And the snow's gonna be really good, but Sean's going up with a couple other guys today. He's gonna go shred the gnar for me, and I'm gonna go back to town and spend my day there, and I'll come pick him up this afternoon. Sorry, buddy. We are the Snowmobile recovery company. All right, let's go.
We got a 2019 Arctic Cat Hardcore on the back of the truck today, in for a no start. She's seen some modifications, she's turboed, all the good stuff like that. Let's get her off the truck, let's get her unloaded, let's see what's up.
So we've got an Arctic Cat Hardcore in the shop here today. This is Ben's Arctic Cat. This is the one with the solid turbo kit that was stuck into it, and it's not running great. So after strongmanning the recoil out of this machine, they brought it back here, and we're gonna check out today what's going on in this thing, why it's not starting. This is our mod sled, one of our mods. This one has the solid turbo kit in it. So this thing was just not starting for them. Well, it was sitting on the truck deck, so they managed to strongman the recoil rope right out of her. This turbo on this thing's been awesome. It's been treating us really well. But the unfortunate thing, once you get into modding sleds and stuff like that, and it happens in this case, is we got to pop the turbo kit out so we can change the recoil rope. We'll do a recoil rebuild, and then we'll figure out why she's not running. All right, we should be able to have a proper look at this thing now. If it looks like I'm looking at something that scares me, you're right. You guys, come over here. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at here. Okay, so we got this turbo that's out, and we have, like, it's not ice. This just went from me thinking it's an electrical issue to something way different. I know it looks like I just pulled this into the shop, but this thing's been sitting in a heated shop for about 24 hours now, in a shop sitting at about 15 above. Okay, so I left that a bit just to see what would happen in there. And all those little dots are definitely forms of condensation. All those little beads kind of just turned into like little points of corrosion. So we'll have to make sure we get that all cleaned out and not drop it into the engine. I gotta get the recoil rope done first here though. So Once we get that done, then we'll be able to see what the reason is for the no start. You haven't had to take exhaust springs off anything until you've had to take exhaust springs off of this unit in particular. We got that out of the way far enough now to work on it. Come back here, I'll show you guys how to rebuild the recoil rope real quick. Okay, we got our recoil on the bench here. We got our 7-foot length of recoil rope. Ben probably wants Cobra pull cord, but he gets OEM. We got a handy C-clamp here. Get that old rope out. Doesn't really matter how. So now we got basically this loaded recoil to work with, but instead of trying to work with this loaded recoil, because as soon as I take my hand off of this, we're just gonna wind it up. To about where it should be. And we're gonna take the C-clamp. There, and you widen down the C-clamp and now you can work with your loaded recoil. And I always put like the tie point like right by my outlet just because it makes it a whole lot easier. Perfect rope replace every time. All right, we should be able to wiggle the, why is there a fuse just hanging out in the bottom? I think we're ready to throw the hood back on this thing and diagnose it for real. These taillight wires are giving me flashbacks. All right, let's figure out what the deal is. Yeah, that is not running. Diagnosis fun time. Let's go. We have verified the problem of unit not start. Yeah, unit definitely not start. I know they said that they had replaced the spark plugs on this thing on the trailer. So next we'll have a look at those. Yeah, these spark plugs they're new, so they don't really tell us much. Man, do I want to hook up a compression tester to this thing. But let's do a spark check first. Well, we got spark like nobody's business. Let's hook up the compression tester. I just have this bad feeling on this one. So we got a ripped up intake boot here that is spewing fuel and oil all over the engine. And these shorted taillight wires can also cause issues. With that one boot being all ripped up especially, I think we might have bad news for our friend Mr. Chow. But before we jump the gun here, let's do our proper diagnose. Well, 95 isn't particularly what I want to see. 95. Oh man, that's the good side. So that's 95 on that side too. That makes me doubt my compression tester now. All right, so here's where we're at with this thing. We all know Ben, and he doesn't like to maintain anything. He likes to drive it right into the ground, but that's okay, we've got his back. The compression numbers that I was getting back, I'm not convinced that my compression tester is working properly, so I'm gonna say that the compression is fine. I don't think I'm getting accurate numbers. I'm gonna get a new tester. In the back of this thing, we have a problem that actually plagued me on my Alpha. We've got some exposed taillight wires. These taillight wires, and I've seen this happen a few times, they go back to the main fuse on your fuse box there. And by actually shorting your taillight out, you can actually kill this whole sled. And it just so happens that Ben blew his taillight off. And then we have a bunch of oil and stuff pooling around the engine here. And on the exhaust side, we have a ripped intake boot. And that boot's actually pretty bad. It's letting all sorts of oil and all sorts of stuff seep back around the engine. And I'm very surprised and very happy that that didn't do any engine damage. At least I don't think it did. I scoped the cylinders. They look good. I have the reeds out. The reeds look awesome. It could have been the taillight. So this turbo kit actually has 3 sets of reeds. And I took this set of reeds out in the front just to open it up a little more. And as far as I can tell, we have fuel, we have spark, and I'm pretty sure we got compression. Why it no run? Like if that taillight had everything shorted out, then maybe they flooded it. I see. No, I don't. Whew, gnarly. Okay, let's open up some doors. We've got a flooded engine here. I'm really thinking right now she's flooded. She's spitting out all sorts of gnarly stuff. So I'm gonna run it out without any of the turbo and stuff connected and see if I can get this thing to burp up whatever's in there. Probably a bunch of fuel. So this thing is not gonna sit here and idle for us right now. But that's probably because this thing is very specifically tuned for the parts that are in it, for all the modifications that it had. And it is missing a lot of stuff. Like essentially without these reeds, the air box is just like left open right now. Well, it's not bad, it runs. That air leak in that intake boot could definitely be like the whole cause of everything going wrong here. Let's go take it for a rip. It's not like totally the best idea with that big air leak in the intake boot there, but we gotta still make sure she's making a little bit of power.
I'd say she's working good. Coming up to temp good. Not great to be running it with that torn intake boot, but I don't know, we gotta test it out somehow. So a bunch of little things on this thing all led up to a no start. Well, cool. We'll get some parts put out for this. Then we'll have a repair day. All right. Well, I think we can call that good for now. So it's everything between that throttle body boot and the short in the taillight harness, and maybe even a flooded condition, and then the broken pull rope. Kind of a good example of how a whole bunch of little things can add up and cause one large issue. We'll get those parts in order. We will give this thing a little bit of love because I think it could use a little more love and attention than just the repairs that we found, because it'll need a tail light too. I'm going to wrap up that video right there because it just snowed, so I'm gonna go out and enjoy it. So thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you very soon in the next video, everybody. See you in the next one.